Yes, son of a bitch. Yes, son of a God. Our unusual beast came into the shop today. Customer was he was wanting me to get it running for him. It's it says 76, but I believe this is a 65, 66 Yamaha. What is that? I just saw the letters here somewhere. I'll figure it out. But it was like a YS2. Not sure. And oh boy, that's tight. There's the famous oil injection. Yeah, nice. I'm not sure if this one has electric start or not. It has another button on this side that I think was also, it was an electric start bike. And holy crap, that's what's left of that. And anyway, the fellow wants me to get it running and riding condition, which is a tall order, I think, considering it was sitting in a Illinois barn for God knows how long. A little rough, just a little buffing is in order. Yeah, well, let me take you for a tour of this wonderful pile. Oh, the bolt's missing for that. Just come off. Yes. Ooh. Well, that ought to be interesting to find out what's in there. I recently took a bike apart and it had kind of the same thing going on. It was all full of rocks. Why? I don't know. But it was. Anyhow, I'll take you to a quick tour and we'll start figuring out what's next. Well, there we go. Apologies. It's a CS1. Finally found the numbers way back in there. Okay. Well, as you can see, this disaster struck already. That's not a good lubricant. Water doesn't help. thing must have leaked oil a lot. This whole back end is just oil scum. And then up here, oof. That, yeah, boy, that doesn't look right. So, got a little bit of work ahead. A little bit of work. Luckily, a lot of the major stuff is actually intact and not floating around, except, you know, I had to order carburetors from eBay, off of eBay, and found a set. I was surprised, they're 19 millimeters. So, and I got the keys, and then the best part of this is the what would that be? The 4 magic words every collector likes to hear. It has a title. That's awesome. The original gentleman that bought the bike bought it in 1980 off of somebody. But here it sits, and I guess from the story I got was the guy would use this bike to chase the cows into the stall back to the barn at night. That's what he did with it. It's got these weird, you know, like in Japan their bars are much lower, but they always, in America, they always put these bullhorn bars on them. I don't know why. No toolbox. No tools. But, yeah, I don't know. And, yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I think this one had turn signals that they nipped off because it's a brown and a green. There's a tan. Another tan. So, I think that was for the turn signals. I'm not sure. There's the regulator, and if this was a true like, I'm thinking there's a starter on there, but what they did was they used to do this on old farm trucks. They used to the starter would turn into the generator because the regulator had a flip-flop circuit. So it flipped to start, act as a starter, and once it started and it was starting to make generation, it would flip inside that regulator, and then it would regulate the electricity being made. So that's that. That's all I got to say about that. I think I do have the airbox. I do have the rubber for the carburetors. But that just bums me out. Now I got to take the engine out and dump it over and clean it out. Yeah. Let me see, where the heck is it now? There it is. Yeah, you can kind of see the primordial zoop. Nice and clear too. Great. So, yeah. Otherwise, you gotta flip the whole bike upside down to drain it and let it. What I do is I'll drain it, and I'll take the engine out, flip it over, let it drain overnight, and then in the morning I'll just put put oil in there and work it, dump it. Then I'll use like a transmission fluid, work it, dump it, and hopefully the bearings aren't gone. It just sucks. I hate seeing that. And there's the coils, and points are on the other side. I think we'll see. Horn at the original Yamaha keys. The bike does have a little over 8,000 some miles on it. Yeah, this side is bright, dim, and then that side, I bet you that side's the turn signal. Yeah, that's the turn signal. So it does have a turn. I don't see where the winker is, where they have it. It's probably somewhere buried in here somewhere. Let's take this off here. The injection system. The system of injection. I don't see it. I don't see the regulator, but I don't see the winker solenoid. Huh. I don't see it. That's where it would be, I believe. Let's get that out of the way. Take a better look at what we got here. The stoplight switch right here. Oil injection hose thingy. All in all, the wiring actually doesn't look bad, horrible. It's not great, especially this guy right here. I don't know what that's going. Oh, that's going to the tail light. Looks like it. So, I bet you that's a ground for the tail light. Oh, why would they need that there? It's a ground for sure. Definitely a ground. Kind of bombing now. Stuff just stuck. Well, let's concentrate on getting that freaking motor out and get rid of that water that's in there. That's the start. Oh my God, I might need an exhaust pipe. Look at that. Oh my God. Where's the light? Oh, we gotta get the light on this. This is awesome. Yeah. That's not good. Gritzy. Oh, my finger's in the way. That's not good. Yuck. Bummer. What to do? Alright. We'll be back. Here I'm installing the new rings on the pistons, and I accidentally put the top ring on the second ring land, and caught it. Good thing, because that would have been, who knows, not so good. But at any rate, the top ring has got a chrome coating on it. You have to, and the bottom ring is more or less kind of an oil scraper ring that just scrapes the excess two-stroke oil down off the cylinder, because otherwise it'll just get all gummed up. But yeah, progress goes on, doesn't it? Now I'm putting the cylinders on. Bottom of the cylinders usually have a nice taper, so you don't have to use a... Sometimes what I do is I'll use like a hose clamp to clamp the rings in place, and then I'll just push the cylinder over that, and then the hose clamp will just kind of slide down along with the cylinder sleeve, and then I just undo the hose clamp, pull it off, we're good to go. But on a lot of the Yamahas, a lot of the actual Japanese bikes, you really don't need any kind of a ring compressor to install the pistons. As you can see, it's pretty easy. Here I am installing the studs for the cylinder heads and cylinders themselves. I usually do that last. Put a little bit of Loctite on the bottom, tighten them down. Don't use red Loctite, blue. And it just is easier that way. That a lot of times when you have the studs, it's really makes the installing the pistons and the cylinders a little more difficult. There's just more junk in the way. Here I'm torquing it down to 18 foot-pounds. Should be, according to the manual, it should be, what was it, 12 Newton meters? So that's kind of 18 pounds is kind of the equivalent. And I'm using a really sophisticated 60-year-old dial gauge snap-on torque wrench. Also, I did anneal the copper head gaskets. All you have to do is heat them up till they're like a purplish blue color and dunk them in water and they soften up real nice. The reason you have to do that is because the heat cycles in the cylinder heads will eventually harden them back up. So yeah, it's kind of an important part of when putting this engine back together comes into play. I'd like to thank you for watching Vintage Dudes on Vintage Bikes. Please leave a like and subscribe and leave a comment on what we're doing here. And hopefully this pile of shite will run one day and we'll all have to celebrate. Here I squirted a little bit of premix down into the intakes, and as you can see, we have smoke, we have fire, and we may be able to run. What a week it's been. Did a lot of work on the bike. Got the front wheel. I was just touching the rolling. Everything looks good. Did the brakes. Lubricated the brakes. Lubricated the brake cable. Everything is done there. And yeah, it looks a little shinier, don't it? And not done. We still got initial. I gotta tune the engine, get the carburetors all tweaked in, synced. I gotta find a strap for the battery so it don't fall out. Two, I'm gonna have to somehow utilize this toolbox for spark plugs and a plug wrench. So we need that going. And gotta put some two-stroke oil in the tank. And I think initially I'm going to run a little bit of two-stroke oil in the gas, so it, and then you have to adjust the oiler. Looks like from the looks of things. Oh, the other thing I'm waiting for. See, this pipe has a little bit of a. It's kind of a Bluetooth right now. So I'm waiting on a new pipe. It wasn't bad. 45 bucks for a equivalent pipe that will fit for that, because they use this pipe on a lot of different models. Exhaust pipe. And for some reason they all have spark arresters. It says right there. It has a patented spark arrestor. Isn't that nice? Redid the rear brakes. The shoes fell off. So I sandblasted everything, cleaned everything up, and then epoxied the shoes back on the shoe thingies, whatever they call those. And yeah, I ordered a new seat cover because of that. That's kind of ugly. And yeah, it went along pretty good. Found pistons for it. That was 49 bucks. They're stock. The cylinders weren't bad. I just did a quick hone on them. They weren't scratched up or anything bad. The carburetors are suspect. They were expensive. They're 149 bucks for a set of 19 millimeter carburetors, and I don't know. But straighten out all of the electrical, so they come on. The coolest part, let's hope it works. The electric start works. That's awesome. So that's gonna, and this is, I don't know, this is more of a preservation than it is a restoration. I'm just not into doing full restos any longer. See how, the old grip fell apart, so I just found this old Ori grip, put that on, so that'll work. What else? Let me see. Let's turn it. The horn works. And what else? Got new tires. I had to compromise. They're 2.75 by 18 front and back. Originally the back was 300 by 18 and the front was 2.25 by 18. So they're just the same. It should be fine. And I don't know why they considered these a scrambler. I don't know. They were a year short and a year late. Oh, I wonder, hold on. This is kind of a neat party trick. Let's see if it does it. Got light. There we go. Just gotta tap that, and then the brake light works. That's cool. I don't know why I gotta tap it every time just to get it to work. But it's just annoying. Hopefully the vibration will settle it in. So, yeah, it was a fun project. Can't wait to get it running as soon as I get the new pipe in without the expansion or the pipe. It's just so loud. The tank isn't super bad. I took... you can't see in there. Oof, stinky. But I put some diesel fuel in it with some nuts and bolts, shook it around, cleaned it out. A lot of gooey mud came out. It still has a sheen of rust in it, but other than that, it looks fine. It'll work. So, yeah, this has been a fun project. I They claim it makes 21 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. Hopefully it'll get there. Well, peace out.